Thank y'all for joining. That I see, like to my perspective as a Tampa, St. Petersburg area native, some of the growth, some of the things. So yeah, last night was in St. Pete City Hall was the CBA meeting.
Okay, let's talk CBA because I know that was 5:30.
Yeah. You was coming, you was on the way, but never shut.
No, I said I was gonna try.
Hey.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at you. It's no judgment zone over here because I done been a lot of places I was supposed to be and didn't make it. So and that was all this week. So this week, switch it. So yeah, so this week I was the CBAC meeting. So people who don't know, the Community Benefits Agreement is a process that was adopted by the city of St. Pete, maybe 2020. The CBAC is actually, this particular committee is over the redevelopment of the Tropicana field site, which is now known or has been known as the gas plant district or many other neighborhoods that people know about. So yesterday was interesting. I definitely want to thank everybody who came out, who thought it not robbery, to take a little bit of their time and come out, speak to the committee members, and have their voices heard. It was a capacity crowd. They had to have an overflow room where extra people could go into an auxiliary room to wait. So we actually packed it out. I want to say big shots out to all the organizations who's been organizing. I want to say big shots out to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, 99 Jams Care Festival Radio. Thank y'all for giving us a platform in which we were able to organize our community through the issues that mattered to the community the most.
So this is what I want to say. Keep talking, keep doing what you're doing because it's working.
Okay.
Because just in general, what we're doing,
yep.
What other organizations are doing, that means that people are listening. People are, you know what I mean? Because they're out there. Because at first it wasn't packed.
So at first, okay. See. I'm glad you did that.
You know what I mean?
It
wasn't.
There's a picture. I should do it before and after. That I took, and one of the comments I made was that this was too important of a meeting to have empty seats.
Right.
That was one of the catalysts for wanting to organize for this, because I was like, hey man, this is the biggest development in North America. We live in North America. We call that the United States, and I just thought it was important for our community to know more about it, to be more active around it. And I just take my hats off to the community. Kudos to you for coming out. There's 2 meetings remaining. They actually extended it.
Okay.
So the impact is already being felt. These meetings were going to end
next week.
So it has been extended to the first Tuesday of February as well. So we're going to have next Tuesday and then the Tuesday following to continue this process. There's a lot of work that needs to be done in a little bit of time.
And this is so this is a testament if you're listening and you were discouraged because most people think the deal is done.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Is that like, okay, what am I going to these meetings for? But they extended it because of people coming up and saying something. So nothing's done until the last day.
And I'm gonna be honest. One of the major reasons they extended it was because just not having the time that has been needed to hash through all the elements that they have to hash through. So to give the CBAC members or committee members opportunity to properly hash out some of the stuff, I honestly feel they're trying to do a lot in a very little bit of time. These artificial deadlines that are being set is actually pushing the community back against the wall for a situation where we need to make great, clear-minded decisions because the time crunch is artificial. These dates have been set by the developers and the sports teams and even the city and the administration. But the reality is the community hasn't had ample time to respond. A lot of people don't know the term sheet was made available publicly October 2023. The first city council meeting on this was held December 2023. So now we're in January 2024, rushing to a March, April date. And I think that is something that we can kind of pump our brakes on, right? Because we're not going to be able to get the proper negotiations to really impact the community in a way that transforms. And that's a transformational way. We're not going to be able to do that in 90 days. We're not going to be able to do it in 90 days. And the harsh reality is, if the Heinz Rays want to take their ball and go home, that's an option. That's an option. Whether you call this home or they call another place home. I mean, that's an option. But in my mind, I think there needs to be more analysts to really look at the deal in an objective way. And when I say that, I don't mean just a mysterious third party. I'm speaking for having the people in place that has the community's best interest in mind. I would say everybody deserves representation. And the community, our representatives is the elected officials. Right. But to add another layer to that, because sometimes elected officials aren't the most impartial people in the world. Sometimes, people have motives, right?
This is true.
God bless us all. And I think this is such an important issue. We have to look at it at all angles, top, bottom, side to side. We got to look in the middle. We got to look inside it, look around it, look above it. And I just don't think the time. I just don't feel we've had the time to make a 30-year decision in the next 90 days.
I think that what we need is we want a healthy marriage. And we want something that's gonna last a lifetime. And so we want to make sure that our foundations align.
Yes.
And that we are clear that both parties is getting what they want, even though we know things could possibly come up, just like anything else. But the core of what we're looking for is the same.
Yes.
And what we want for the community, you know what I mean? We want to not saying like they go home and all this other stuff, but some relationships work and some of them don't. But we do want this a nice, healthy relationship where everybody is beneficial and nobody feeling like they got robbed, they got juked, they got, you know what I mean? They've been bamboozled.
Win. But I think the issue that we're gonna have is with the numbers, right? Mm-hmm. So there have been estimates, there has been appraisals, there's been a lot of stuff that's going on. So just to speak directly to the facts, the appraisal for the property was done January 2023, right? Is now January 2024. We're entering into contracts and the stage where we lock in the agreements and the deals. They're looking. I think the appraisal said it was worth $279 million. And a lot of people in the raise are going to pay significantly less than the 279. They're going to pay like 100. It was $150 million. But the community members have been coming in. There is a lot adjacent to the Tropicana site was 0.07 of an acre. So like 0.7 acres, 3 from being an entire acre. And it sold for like $7 million, $9 million.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, it's
the full acre would be worth $12 million. So with the proper mathematics put together, they're estimating this to be $800 to $900 million property that's looking to be sold for like $100 million. So that's where people are not happy. And I think this is a lot of the issues that need to be taken to our city council, that need to be taken to our mayor. So if you have issues with this deal in any way, you can send an email to the mayor and the city council. Because honestly, the CBAC meeting is actually not the place or space to air out some of those concerns, only simply because the CBAC focus is only on the portion of the property that's not going to be a public asset. So with this being such a complicated deal, there's going to be multiple sections of this property where, honestly, it's our city council and our elected mayor, the administration. We need to send emails and speak about our concerns. I mean, would you sell your house with a year-old appraisal? I mean, that's just a basic question for me, just off the top to the bottom.
Right.
Would you sell your home with an appraisal from a year ago? And if you would, God bless you. My phone number is 727. But seriously, if you would sell your home with an appraiser that's a year, they would, business-wise, they call that an outdated appraisal.
Right.
So, like, if this was me at this deal, first thing I would be like is, hey, we're going to enter into it. You're going to be our contractor, but we're going to get the proper value of this. We're going to know the numbers. Even if we're going to still continue on with this marriage or this deal, we're going to know what it's worth. Yeah. No, not only to the community, but to, society, the taxpaying people. So we know a true assessment and a true value of what we have. And I think the problem is people feel that we don't know a true assessment or a true value, and that a January 2023 appraisal doesn't hold up to the scrutiny of the community members. And like, if we were a corporation, we would be the stockholders, the shareholders, right? Right. And it's not standing up to the scrutiny of the stockholders, which is us, the community. Right. They had a representative from the Rays speak from the Hines Group, the developer, and he was pretty much clear that it was not a lot of wiggle room for more affordable housing. There wasn't a lot of wiggle room for the changes in the area median income that people were requesting. And I think that
when you say that, I don't understand why there's not. You have 86 acres.
I'm going to tell you why. Because he said that he negotiated with the mayor and staff and through their negotiations, this is where they are. They're not. It's not a conversation about moving anything or changing anything.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying after 8 months of negotiation, 18 months of the cycle of whatever they had going on, they're saying the point where they're at now, they're not going to make any big changes, and I think that's fundamentally wrong.
I think so as well.
I think,
and if you're on tag a friend, I had some people. I kind of went in there. If y'all see Cheyenne, that's me, because y'all know I don't have no Facebook. Because I've been getting some text messages. I don't know what's going on. Everybody's not seeing it. So if you got tagged in, start tagging somebody and sharing the page for me, please. Hey,
UB, thank you for coming out. I want to sincerely thank everybody that came out, because this is something we've been organizing around. UB came out.
Mm-hmm.
UB called in, tell us what you wanted to say. I seen you had left a little early, but that's okay.
He might not have nothing to say.
Yes, he signed the thing and he did say something on there. And I remember, but I'd rather him to say it. But the reality is, it's kind of like a slap in the face for community members to get to this portion of the negotiations and to have a high-ranking developer say, "Hey, well, this is it." I've talked to the people. I'm
going to tell you the problem that I have with it. Hold on. Hey, caller, introduce yourself. This is.
You know it's me.
Hey, Yubi.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good.
It was the issue was the financing. That was the biggest issue. The answer that they wanted for the issue was give us more tax breaks and more tax cuts.
Yes.
What I really want to say is that, listen, man, this is our community. You know what I'm saying? And I say this all the time. You don't have no community without unity. And you don't have no unity without you and I.
Right.
And they only think about them. One
of
the things that was being said is that everybody talking about affordable housing. There's no such thing as affordable housing if you ain't got no job to afford it.
True.
I can make housing $25. If you ain't making $25, you can't stay there. And then it'll start off as affordable housing. And then what'll happen from affordable housing is it'll be affordable housing these 2-3 years, and then it'll turn into market rate housing, and then you can't stay there no more.
Yep.
So it won't be affordable housing. The ground bill that used to be for senior citizens, it's not no more.
Yes, it was sold, and now it is a luxury condominium.
No, and so the other thing is that we seen this happen. I'm saying this again with the Florida Maryland and Miami. They bought them a new stadium. They did all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Then the team didn't produce how they thought they were going to do. So now they not getting that. And all of those people got displaced out of Miami. There's no longer no projects over there. It's gone. There's some people gone. They got to get out of Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we're going to do the same thing here. And we got almost 30 years of a relationship with the Rays, and we still in debt. When you invest in something 30 years and you still in debt, that's considered a bad investment. We invested in the Rays. Show me the profit. Show me the return on investment.
And what I don't like, every time the Rays get up and talk and there's something, they're like, no. They're firm with, like, they're so ready with that no. There's never not one anything that's suggested. And they be like, oh, if that's what it is, we'll leave.
And I'm glad you said that.
They feel
so my thing is, okay, if the option is they'll leave, let's look at other options. The Oakland A's looking for someone. Oh, go ahead, Keon.
No, they really feel like they are the prize. Like we're begging them to stay. Like they really feel like they are the only ones that has value in here.
In certain structures, they are.
But
certain rooms, they are being big.
But they're in our beautiful city.
I mean, I agree with you. I
know that, but I understand. But they in our beautiful city, and yeah, we might not didn't have anybody, but believe me, everybody sees the value in our city, and this is why they're moving to our city. And then we're sitting up here acting like we got to sit here and stay in this abusive behind relationship because we found something. Believe me, there's other nice looking people out there that's willing to come into our city.
And that was I'm saying that's about explore other options. You got the Oakland A's looking for a new place to go. And you got other options that you could do with that area other than concentrate on the devil rays if it's not meeting the requirements of the community. If it's not helping the community, hey, let's look at other options. Let's move on to something else. Let's not get tied to this one thing.
So you and I agree, and I feel that this redevelopment shows that they agree with that as well. Because if you know, they're not trying to build more parking spaces. They are attempting to bring something more to the table with this whole redevelopment. And so, in my thought process, I think what we run into.
All right, we gotta hang up.
Okay.
All right. Well, the issue that I think and the problem that I think we're running into as a community is that we don't have enough united voices, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're not communicating to the right people. We got to talk to the mayor, staff, and our city council members about this. Because to be honest, the CBAC, the Community Benefits Project, or the process is all contingent on the deal going through, on all contingent on them making a recommendation to city council to go through with the deal.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a problem because there are terms inside of the term sheet that need to be corrected. There are things there's schematics that need to be redrawn. And I don't think there has been enough louder voice to say, hey, y'all, or enough concerted effort to say, hey, y'all, we need to change that. Hey, y'all, we need to move that. And it's like, oh, no, we don't need to move that. Our studies show and our people show. No, it's not working like that.
We really need to, and this is what I want, because I know y'all listening, do this soundbite and replay this, is that know your worth and your value. Right? I'm gonna say this again. Know your worth and your value. And this is for our city. Like, we sitting up here begging somebody to stay that clearly feel like they don't have to be here. Whoever is taking over need to be somebody who wants to be in relationship and not come in here and strong arm and be like, oh, y'all begged me to stay, so that's the only reason why I'm here. So what I say, go. And this is what I'm hearing every time they get out there and speak. And it makes me feel uncomfortable.
That's the vibe. And I'm going to be 10,000% honest. There is an arrogance to this whole process when they hear community members. And I think that comes from there being so many high-powered meetings already that have taken place, right? So now they're looking at community members like, what are you talking about?
And I also feel like when they look at it, like every time I hear them speak, I be like, ugh. And I don't have no real big, I'm just saying, y'all always, when you listen, I don't really have no problem with anybody at this point, right?
Not right now.
No, I don't. But I always say, in a good relationship, you praise the good stuff, and the bad stuff, you call it out so we can fix it. And how I feel like at this point, the Rays are like, I could have been to Tampa. I could have been to Canada. They telling us where they could have been, but yeah, I stuck here with you. That's how they, you know what I mean?
And just a couple years ago, they was looking for a new place to put their stadium. So our short memories don't recall the Ybor City idea, the Pinellas idea. You know, so we gotta.
And like you just said, it's the take it or leave it attitude that they have. And you know what? To come into somebody's community, and you know what? Rays, this is your community too. You don't been here long enough. But for you to disregard everybody else.
I think one of the team has been here.
Yeah.
But I think one of the problems is, you know, those real true attachments that come. There was never, right?
Right.
There's always a lot of talk about the amazing things the Rays has done for the community, but real bedrock community members can't say that same thing, right? Yeah. And I'm not saying they didn't write checks to this organization.
No, because they have done some good stuff.
So that's what I'm saying.
They have done.
But the bedrock.
Listen, my homecoming was at Rays one year. You know what I mean?
My son graduated from Trop, but so that's not. What I'm saying is that the bedrock community, the community that's right there, can't say those same things.
Right.
they can't say this good community partner that the Rays have been. They're not saying that. And yeah, you can probably say that from the C-suites. You can probably say that from the boardroom.
Right.
But can you say that from the streets, from the community? And they can't.
Right.
And see, that's a hard thing to swallow because you know what? I wasn't really trying to reach out in the streets anyway.
And we see this even with the marketing in there because they have a marketing department. And as big as this is, and I mean, they have community members, and I know people who reached out and tried to work. And I mean, and then I know people who do work for them.
Oh yeah, right? I know a lot of people that work for them.
But I'm telling you, they're doing a horrible job at this point. And yeah, that's it.
And I think if we need to at least see the real numbers,
we do. And Mitchum Services, I think the phone she was supposed to call in. I know she was up and ready. So Tamika, if you're listening, call in after the 8:00 hour,
yes,
like right when we come back in, because I know we had called in during that time. If you still have time, because we got to get Mitchum Services on the go to do her thing.
But yes, in these last couple of minutes, just talking about, like, once again, I want to thank community members for coming out. No matter where you feel or how you feel about this project, you need to make it heard to your city council members, to the mayor, chiefs, and staffs, and all these people involved.
And I'll be telling you, like, I'm one of the people I like to listen. There's times when I'm convinced, like you give me, I'm like, I didn't, like, whoa, I didn't.
Yeah,
People done came here setting it, and I'm like, okay, I can see the benefit. I've seen that, right? I can see some glimmers of sunshine in it, right? Just the rays coming through. But I want us to really make sure that this is a really good deal, and we ain't getting juked by just anybody.
No, that's correct. And then, as citizens, like, we have a right to question this. And I know some people feel away and look away because we are raising questions and assuming they know what position people stand on. But honestly, you don't know what position I stand on this, because I have yet to tell you truly my stance on this. But don't look at me asking questions because I'm raising questions and because I'm cynical or I'm looking at it side-eye, that I'm just automatically against it.
Right. No. And that's the thing. We're not against it. We just against something that's not going to be beneficial for every party.
No. I walk into a deal and I'm asking questions.
And
if I look around and I say, hey, what's this? And you ask me, like, why you asking about that? I don't talk to.
Now there's a problem, because you should be able to answer anything that I ask, especially when you're coming in. So especially with the money that the taxpayers have to pay for this.
Billions.
So, okay, we got to take a hard stop, a hard break. We'll be back 7 minutes after the hour. If you're on, tag a friend, tell a friend to come back in so we can finish these amazing conversations.
In a speech, Ms. Haley said the race for the presidential nomination was far from over. Mr. Trump, addressing his supporters, said his rival had a very bad night and asked why she was still hanging around despite her loss.
We've won almost every single poll in the last 3 months.
Hello, St. Pete. Welcome to the District 7 newsletter. We're back with more updates and opportunities for you to get involved. Let's dive into the latest news. Healthy Food Action Plan. The City of St. Petersburg is introducing a new program called the Healthy Food Action Plan, aimed at addressing the social, environmental, economic, and physical aspects of food access and security in St. Pete through programs, projects, partnerships, and policies. The Healthy Food Action Plan project is funded by federal funds to the city through the American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA, and will be operated by Healthy St. Pete, a division of the city's Parks and Recreation Department. The Healthy Food Action Plan will focus specifically on 16 census tracts designated by the city as healthy food priority areas. In-person meetings will be held November 28, 9:30 a.m. and December 11, 6:30 p.m. at the Frank Pierce and Enoch Davis Centers, respectively. For information on the program and to register for a virtual session, visit healthystpetefl.com for details.
Water shortage notice. Due to the current drought conditions, the Southwest Florida Water Management District has issued a modified Phase 1 water shortage order that includes the city of St. Petersburg. The order goes into effect on December 1, 2023. This order comes after significantly below normal rainfall, reduced river levels, and increasing water supply concerns. To help conserve water, the city is shifting to a temporary watering restriction of once a week. This restriction applies to properties watering with potable, city, water, water from private wells, or private connections to surface water sources, lakes, ponds, etc. Additionally, residents should adjust their irrigation timer to ensure the settings are correct, as restriction enforcement activities will continue to be enhanced. This order goes into effect on December 1st and is expected to stand until July 1st, 2024. Please ensure all water systems are properly set up and prepare for an adjusted watering schedule.
Mayor's City Hall on Tour. Don't miss the opportunity to be part of the Mayor's City Hall on Tour on December 5th at 6 p.m. at Childs Park Recreation Center. Engage in meaningful discussions about local issues, share your thoughts, and connect with Mayor Ken Welch and other city leaders. It's a chance to have your voice heard and actively contribute to the dialogue shaping our community.
PSTA Community Bus Plan Survey. Calling all Pinellas County residents. Your voice is a crucial factor in shaping the future of our transit system. Participate in the PSTA Community Bus Plan Survey at bit.ly/envisionpsta to share your insights and ideas. Mark your calendars for the upcoming public workshop on December 12th, located at Enoch Davis Center, 1111 18th Avenue South, St. Petersburg, Florida 33705, from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Together, let's actively contribute to the development of a transit system that truly mirrors the needs and preferences of our community.
The Community Reentry Experience. Get ready to embrace second chances at the Community Reentry Experience on December 12 at 12 p.m., hosted by Council Member Mohammed and community partners. Join us to actively support reentry initiatives, engage in discussions about challenges, and walk a mile in the shoes of a returning citizen during our reentry simulation. Mark the date on your calendar and be part of making a positive impact. The Community Reentry Experience is on December 12 at 12 p.m. at the Center for Health Equity, 2333 34th Street, South St. Petersburg. Save the date and make a difference.
South St. Petersburg CRA Microfund Program. Starting December 14th, the city will reopen the application period for the South St. Petersburg CRA Microfund Program. The program provides businesses located in the South St. Petersburg Community Redevelopment Area with funding as well as personalized capacity building through education, mentoring, and networking. This support allows businesses within the South St. Pete CRA to make targeted improvements without having to provide upfront capital. This marks the second application period for the South St. Petersburg CRA Microfund Program. Earlier this year, the city awarded $440,000 to more than 50 small businesses and startups in the South St. Petersburg CRA through the program. More than $1.35 million will be distributed over multiple co-work periods in the coming months. Visit www.d7speaks.com to read more about the program and how to apply.
City of St. Pete's Renter's Guide. For renters in need of guidance, the city presents the Comprehensive Renter's Guide as your go-to resource. This guide offers crucial support in preventing evictions, understanding tenant protections, and successfully navigating the intricacies of the rental landscape. Valuable insights await you, so make sure to download your guide at d7speaks.com. Your journey to stress-free renting starts here. Download your guide at d7speaks.com for valuable insights.
Pinellas County School Quality Survey. Calling all Pinellas County families. Your opinion matters. Participate in the Pinellas County School Quality Survey for parents by December 22, 2023. Your feedback is crucial for creating a better educational experience. Visit www.d7speaks.com to take the survey, then share the survey link with fellow parents and stay tuned for exciting improvements ahead. Let's build a brighter future for our schools together.
This concludes our news and updates for this week. Stay informed, St. Pete. Like, share, and subscribe to our newsletter for more updates by visiting www.d7speaks.com.
Hampshire. Our New Hampshire First in the Nation primary has now taken place.
And just like that, y'all, we are back.
We're back.
Yes. Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. This is Kiana.
And I am the one and only Mr. X.
Yes, and we're brought to you by the New Image Project, better known as
CBAC.
And we are redefining what's
cool.
Sorry, because smart
is the
new
gangster.
Baby.
That's right. Smart is the new gangster.
And if you didn't know,
now you know.
No. So yes, we have a call. This is probably
caller. How you doing?
I think it's Miss Mitchum herself. If I was a gambling woman, that's what I'm gambling on. But tell me if I won the jackpot. If I was a gambling woman.
Good morning, my love.
Turn your radio down.
Yeah, turn your radio down.
My bad. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
Well, play a lottery ticket for me. I got $1.
Because I won it this morning. Beep. Go ahead.
Good morning. We are on the move with Mitchum Services. We're going to get started with congratulating everyone who is on their way to the Funded Partner Celebration and Orientation at the Foundation for Healthy St. Pete. Those grants were not easy to apply for. So those who received and went through and made it to the other side of the process, congratulations to you. There will be a lot of projects and events coming out of that to help promote financial literacy, economic development, community enhancement, and more. So we're excited to see the projects that come out of that funding grant.
Okay.
We also have January 25th, we have the Pinellas County Urban League Young Professionals, their 4th Thursday network meeting and vision board party. That's happening this Thursday at USF 6:30. So we would love for you guys to come on now and join us for our vision board party on Thursday.
Oh, yeah, I'll be there. Shout out to the YP.
Yeah, shout out to the YPs. Madam President just celebrated her birthday, so shout out to Chiquita. So we'll see her and do a little celebration for her on Thursday as well.
Go ahead, Chiquita. Happy. When was her birthday?
Now see.
Okay.
Now you're asking too many questions.
Okay, there you go.
Touch your nose.
Happy belated birthday. Go ahead.
I believe it was January 19th, but don't quote me.
Okay.
On January 29th, we also have Mental Health Mondays at St. Pete Youth Farm.
Okay.
So definitely check them out. They do it the 4th Monday of every month. So just make sure that you go and check out Miss Carla Bristol and the kids at the St. Pete Youth Farm.
Mm-hmm.
January 30th at Studio 620, we have Little Satchmo, a film screening hosted by the Green Book of Tampa Bay and Pinellas County Urban League. So Little Satchmo, if y'all know, that's Louis Armstrong, right? So his daughter is going to be there, and she's going to be talking about the film and discussing the film's themes of finding your voice, family secrets, and relationships. So they're going to have a food truck out there. Doors open at 6:30. The film begins at 7. This is in partnership with the Woodson African American Museum and the Pinellas County Urban League and its affinity group. So that's going to be a very interesting film to watch and to be a part of the discussion on January the 30th.
Okay.
January 30th, we also have the Small Business Association Business Finance Strategy Cohort sponsored by the Pinellas County Urban League. Again, Ms. Carolyn Riggins are helping small businesses get their finances in order. So we're dropping that link so that you can register for those free resources. Absolutely, it's necessary. And then, of course, Brother Jabbar has already spoken on the gas plant redevelopment CBAC meeting. The final one is going to be on Tuesday, January the 30th. So we need everybody to show up and show out.
And they have extended it.
It has been extended to February. The first Tuesday of February. So it has been extended. So it's going to be 2 more instead of the 1 more.
Very good. So you got 2 more opportunities to let your voice be heard.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to round this and finish it out with Tampa Bay Collard Green Festival happening on February 17th. We're going to talk about this every week because we are super excited about the Collard Green Festival. It's going to be amazing. We are still accepting vendors. We are still looking for volunteers. So we'll be dropping that link. You do not want to miss the Collard Green Festival this year. It is going to be absolutely amazing.
So listen,
smoked collard greens.
Not even just the collard green. So if you like the past Collard Green Festival, it is going to be even better this year. And so like Cheyenne is the headliner. Right. I mean, when I say we got some stuff in the making, yes, like we got a whole band. Like if y'all like, listen, yoga in the park, don't sleep. We got artists that's gonna be out there. You know, we got the guest speaker.
We got the collard green cook-off.
Yes. Deuces
so
is
much
going
is
to be
happening.
live on Deuces
Correct.
Live.
So much is going to be happening on the Deuces. Find your lane. Find where you fit in. Whether it's you want to vend, you want to volunteer, you're going to bring your family out. Figure out how you're going to be a part of this amazing event.
That's amazing.
All right, y'all. That's going to do it for On the Move with Mission Services. If there is an event that you would like for us to share every Wednesday, please inbox Tampa Bay Breakfast Club or Mission Services. Have a great day.
Yes, y'all make sure y'all catch up with all these events. Mission Services on the go with Mission Services. Thank you so much.
On the move,
on the go. It's all the same in my brain.
Yeah. But so when we left the top of last hour, we were talking about the raise and about everything that's going on. Now I'm not gonna do this whole soapbox because we can talk about this for 2 hours straight.
We will one day.
And I am gonna say this is that we look at these meetings and we have a panel of people that looks like us.
Okay.
And when they look like us, what are their answers to your questions?
So a lot of the times, the individuals, the Black people in these conversations are consultants and members of the team that have been brought in to be liaisons to the Black community. And a lot of times, a lot of these questions are above their pay grade, or I should say, is out their purview of their employment, right? Meaning some of these structural conversations about the buildings and the AMI, they're not in a position to really speak to. They're not even,
or they don't even know it.
I mean, it's not their place in the business. You know how if you go to a business and you talking to a server, and the server looking at you crazy, what you say? Can I talk to your manager?
Right.
And then the manager talking to you crazy, what you say? Hey, can you give me corporate phone number?
Right. Or let me talk to your GM.
Yes. This is the corporate level conversation that people are bringing to the table.
So what we're saying is, don't give us the people with the sound bites. Don't give us the people who has been taught whatever and you just keep to the script. We want something that's going to give us tangible answers. That's something that's real, that you can really answer us. Don't give us the fluff. We don't want to hear the fluff. Don't give me the person, and that's really good. Don't give me the person that I admire and that has done something really good in the community. And then now, and no shade. No shade, the person that now you're paying a good salary because they are valued in the community and people are going to listen to them, and you have only given them the bare minimum to give to us. And you only give them what they need to sell us on it. No, we need somebody there that knows all the answers, who's not going to stumble over their words and tell me that you're going to get back with me later. I want the person I want the person who is sitting up there in the boardrooms that's actually sitting up there that's having these talks for real. Because those people right there, don't put them in a position where then the community is mad at them because we bought into them.
That's a great segue or a great lead up to just the reality of the matter is in our community, and we have respect and love for these people. Right. And see, don't feel because what we're saying is animosity or bitterness. But it's not. What it is saying, please bring the person that can best qualify, answer the questions that's needed, and not the person who you think I want to see. Don't give me the person who you think I want to see. And if you give me the person you think I want to see, make sure that you equip them with everything that they need. No. Oh, you say no. Because you ain't been gave it to them. This is true. You ain't been had them people on payroll 25 years ago, 5 years ago. They're probably not even 3 weeks ago. But see, they're here now, and that's good. They can go and do their job. Because one of the things I said last night, and people can feel the way, but I said, hey, half the people ain't gonna be able to afford to live there. Right. They advocating for it, and they talking to us about it, but through the numbers, just the hard numbers, the facts, if they're not getting paid 6-7 figures, it's going to be hard to maintain residents in that place.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the reality is we need like to really be keyed in on what's going on. We really need to know the facts and the figures. We need to know true facts and figures. We can't make a good decision without having all the proper elements and data in front of us. And that's what we're being asked to do as a community. We're being asked to make a decision without all the evidence or all the data in front of us. So it's bound to make a bad decision.
So here we go. This is a historic deal, and we're asking you to do something historic. You know what I mean?
Do something you ain't never did before.
Right, because
that's
we're
transformational.
That's there you go. You said it. You said it. You said it. We said it. Again, when you're listening to us, when you do our sound bites and you take it back, make sure that you said, record this, show this, is that we just want a healthy relationship. We're not mad at nobody. We don't want to be mad at anybody. At this point, we're just not happy with what we're seeing. I don't think it's enough information. And at this point, it doesn't seem like the Rays want to play with us. Not fairly. And it's like take it or leave it type of situation. And we just want to be valued.
Yes, that's wrong. We're asking for something that kind of has never been given to the Black community from the city of St. Pete, and that's respect and the dignity, right? Because a lot of people came in, I heard some people talking about, we're talking about the city as a whole, and that's good. That's the position that you can speak from. God bless you and the whole city. But what I'm speaking for is the South Side residents who put this city on our backs and carried it through the swamp. We carried it through Booker Creek.
Right. And if you look at the history of St. Pete, and this is why we're so passionate about it, is that unfortunately you don't see where the decisions have been beneficial to everybody in this community. And we want it to be beneficial, not just to one side, but to all.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people talk about the benefits of it being a beautiful space, and there's going to be, and that's good. But what is it to be a beautiful space, and I can't afford to live there? So I'm going to give you a prime example. Downtown St. Pete is beautiful,
amazing,
right? It's amazing, but just realistically, how my paycheck's set up, I can't afford to live down there.
And you
get what I mean,
right?
So if we're
and
going
you
to talk
make
about,
a good and to be honest, you make a good salary.
I do a little something.
You make a good salary.
I do a little something. But all I'm saying is, I got to do a little something more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to get me a condo, on Beach Drive, and the reality is, what we're saying, we don't want to turn 16th Street South into the new Beach Drive, where we can't afford a condo. Or we can't afford to have our business because the rent will be affordable, but we will not be able to own it, right? That's what I'm talking about. And even the
rent is not affordable, because when you look at it, what is affordable rent?
They say they're going to subsidize the rent through the purchase price, and with that subsidy, people can afford it then. And my thing is, that's cool for a person on that level. There's different levels for different devils.
Right.
So all I'm saying is, I might be on a different level. I might be on the ownership level. Like I might be on I need the deed to the dirt, right? So if I can't get the deed to the dirt, I really kind of don't even want to participate. You get what I mean?
Or at least the option. At least the option, because what we do know is that they're gonna probably sell off some of it.
They are.
There is gonna be some purchase prices,
but
there.
It's gonna be exclusive ownership. And it's going to be what they call price segregation. So when segregation ended, they developed a new way to segregate, and that was by price prestige. That's one of the terms they call it. And price prestige means I will charge you, like we both have cups of coffee that cost the same amount of money, but through price prestige, we'll charge $100 for your cup. Right? That ain't saying that you can't go buy no $100 cup of coffee, but the odds of you being financially able to are so low that we have effectively segregated that side of the counter.
But then you're gonna buy that cup of coffee. How much is it gonna be for you?
99 cents.
Right.
And we're gonna have all the coffee we want.
Right.
Because and on a higher level, when you're dealing with like major developments, because they can't say black people can't come here. They don't do that no more.
Mm-mm.
They do that through the price of the product that they sell.
Right.
And by having high priced products, we know it's very likely that you're not gonna come in here and buy it. But we always buck that trend, to be honest, because we, you know what I'm saying, we're like a special breed of people. We'll spend like you don't know.
So yeah, we will.
We
so
will.
I mean,
that's why you better not give us a chance to buy that junk, because we will.
we will. Listen, we'll
put
buy
that little money together, boy,
and be happy with it.
Well, I'm telling you, boy, because I really want to, my family own a business on 5th Avenue South and 16th Street, the corner lot that's called the VIP parking lot. That's where my family business was once, and I want to return. Right? If it's going to be a return, and we're planning to come back, I want to bring my family back to that corner.
Right.
You know what I mean? And okay, then what's the odds of that? Right. What is the probability? So when I look at the plan, and I look at how the plan is structured, what is the probability, or what is the chance that I will have an opportunity to bring my family back?
Because you say you want to make right your wrong, right? That's part of y'all's speech, not mine, not Jabbar's. That's part of the speech that we hear quite often, right?
Yes, the development.
That's part of
rename the gas plant to honor. And one of the things.
And don't give us. See, this is the thing is we done seen with the smoke and mirrors. I don't want no smoke and mirrors. I don't want the facade that you're helping and you're not. You know what I mean? You don't sell me something. You telling me that this St. Augustine grass, and when I get there, these the weeds. You know what I mean? Don't do that. And this is where the frustration is kind of coming.
St. Augustine. No, I meant sea moss Augustine.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Don't sell us this pretty picture, and then what we're finding out when you look at this,
it's not nothing that you said.
And and it's just you have a couple of words in there that stands out that say it's the lookalike in fine print that looks like St. Augustine grass, but it's not. Like there's a lot of holes in this deal. And this is a major deal. Yes. And we have a mayor here. And then it's our first black mayor in our city. And this is a major deal. And we're not just fighting for our city. We're fighting for his legacy too. Because this deal is bad. He's going to be the one that's going to be stuck with the bad deal forever.
Well, I'm glad you brought this up. Because see, I wouldn't even brought it up. So I'm going to talk about it. One of the issues is that oftentimes they do use blackface to perpetuate systematic racism on other blacks. So what I mean by that, oftentimes they will use a black mayor, a black figurehead to subjugate us and put us back down into a smaller and less prominent position. And the problem is us as black leaders, us as black figureheads, we have to demand more. We have to put our foot down. And then, because the problem is, your name and your face is going to be used to how can I say, co-sign this deal.
Right. And so we're all family, right? We're all family. Yeah.
Family.
You know what I mean? And what we do is at this point, we want to make sure not only our legacy is good, but yours as well. Yep. You know what I mean? And a lot of times when people are in situations, you can't see what's not good for you. But everybody else can. And so when we say the community need to help out, this is the community telling you like, hey,
back,
like let us help you.
Help you, help me, help us all.
You know what I mean? And as we talked about, so plug report tonight.
On the plug report. Big shout out to plug report. I'm a big, huge fan of the plug report.
And we
talked Jag, Bo, Q. Listen, the plug report is on Facebook.
And we're on tonight at 9:30.
Report. Listen, y'all.
But what we talked about, like being an alpha male and female, and and it was kind of relationship based, but one of the things I said as an alpha person, or knowing when it's time to step back and let somebody else, an alpha male or female is what's best for the whole all situation. You know, when you need to listen to your team, when you need
That's
to lead.
alpha?
Yes, it is. It is.
I need to come on Plug Report and politic with y'all because I don't know.
It is.
I'm just saying I don't
because
know.
the alpha. Because as the alpha, you're supposed to lead, right?
Okay.
And when you lead, you want to lead properly.
Okay.
And so
you talk about an emotionally intelligent alpha.
And so when you look at it, sometimes you're not the person that needs right. Because as the alpha, you sit back and look at everybody's strength on your team.
That's leadership.
You know, and so what I'm saying is, again, the Rays and Hines, just going back to this, is an historic deal. And it's a lot of stuff that's about to be done. And we don't want to be the... St. Pete has a rich history of changing the nation.
Yes.
Right. St. Pete has a rich, again,
history of changing,
taking the steps that nobody else was willing to take, and being okay.
I like that. I like what
you know. And so it's okay for us to step out and be like, this ain't good, because be the one that said, I really looked out for my community.
I like that.
You know, and so we're standing on the backs of people that changed the nation, not just St. Pete, but the nation.
I like that.
You know, when they look at us, let's give them something to talk about, because they're going to talk about us regardless.
Yes, I like that.
And when they sit down and talk about little old St. Pete, Florida, they say that they made the best deal ever with the biggest development ever.
Yeah, they ain't talking like that right now.
Right, but that's how we want them to be talking. And when they say that, they want to say, I want them to say a black mayor was the one that was leading this charge, and that this happened under his watch.
Will white supremacy allow that to happen? See? So white supremacy is all over the corporate structure. So MLB, right? I'm finna take the time to really... MLB is one of the racist organizations historically in America.
Okay.
Right? So St. Pete as a city has historically been one of the racist places in America. Right? So now you have two of the racist institutions attempting to give equity intentionally.
So here we go. St. Pete also historically, black people have saved this racist state, this city. Historically.
Yeah, because of us.
Yeah, right.
They needed it.
Black people also stood against them when nobody else. We did the marches. We did all that.
We did.
So I'm going to tell you, when you look at the racism that's there, St. Pete community has always stood up against it and prevailed.
We stand on business now. Now we stand on business. We stand on business, and we stand on business. The reason I bring up the history of these two racist institutions is because we have to have this data. Right now, if I was to run for office, right, and I put my name in the hat, what's the first thing they're going to do? They're going to do a background check on me. They're going to take a time and check out my history and to see if my history matches with what I'm saying I'm going to do in the future.
Okay, Jab, right? Try to call again. Go ahead.
So the reality on top of that is we have to take in the history of these organizations into account. And as someone who believes in second chances, right? Because I asked for a second chance for myself and others in the community. So that's not saying that these people are above giving a second chance or having a second chance. No, but what that is saying is that we need to hold you accountable. We got to watch you, right? That don't mean just because I give you the chance, I take my eyes off you.
And let me tell you this.
Oh, I trust you and I believe you. No, I'm going to watch you.
And this is what we said. And Rays, we're not calling you racist. I'm not.
Hey, man, if the shoe fit, put it on twice a day.
No, I'm just saying.
If the shoe fit, put them on twice a day, man.
We just know that's the culture of
MLB.
Yes.
And they in the culture, right? They're part of the. So that's what I'm saying. If the shoe fit, slide it on, slide the slipper on, Cinderella. Cinderella slide the slipper on and dance for the night.
Okay, hold on. He's so funny.
I'm just saying, if the shoe fit, man.
Jab,
King
I don't
Jab,
know
you gotta stop hanging up, man. We just tried to pick up. You like, man, I'm tired of this. Come on, call back one more time. I just seen it flashing.
But it won't. It's going busy for some reason. But no, I'm just saying. Listen, we want a nice, healthy relationship with Rays and St. Pete. I think. Hold on. Let's see. Caller.
I am calling them racist. Straight up and down. I'm calling them racist because look at the business model look at the people that we're choosing to do business with.
Mm-hmm.
The Rays have of $72 million.
Mm-hmm.
You can't find any of their executive staff actual salary because it's all been professionally wiped from the internet. But for that yearly payroll of $72 million, this is the lowest. And this is how they run their business.
So the way they're trying to give us the lowest piece of equity they can find?
No, that's what I'm saying, bro. If you go into business with somebody that leaves scraps and take all the money off the top, take all the whipped cream off the top, we got to be careful about that because they function in the MLB with the lowest payroll and then take the big chunk of their TV deal and still don't pay the people that makes the TV deal.
Mm.
So yeah, they don't care about the stadium because the TV deal is so big. So if I pick the lowest payroll, we always make it almost there every year. That's enough. Comes to them and say, hey, give me a little bit of money. They buck, so the player goes somewhere else. Look who we doing business with, man.
Wow,
we have to be careful who we doing business with in general.
Wow.
You get no rebuttals out of me right now, Jab.
Hey, listen, I'm glad you brought it up. Thank you for coming out last night. I sat in the overflow room with the King Jab, man, voice of the people. Y'all tune in to the voice of the people. Jab, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here, man. I had to go.
Tell them when to tune in to the voice of the people.
Well, I'll be on tomorrow, man, live at 9 from 9 to 10 a.m. We're going to go into this. I'm not even calling it a gas plant no more. We're going to go into our home deal. And I got a USF alumni Hall of Famer coming through for an interview. So I'm on tomorrow, 99 Jams from 9 to 10 a.m. But I did declare on this same station of your Tampa Bay Breakfast Club member on Facebook. You can go back and watch. I declare St. Pete we have a community state of emergency because while my brother Jabbar is depressed by the outcome of this meeting, our city chose to take the stance on rats and roaches and rocket crab. And we get more engagement from rats and roaches, and then we'll get from this deal that they're trying to push right up under our nose.
Unfortunately, this is crazy. Rats and roaches is what happened in restaurants sometimes, but this stadium deal does not. So you should be. This should be more impressive and more engaging because you will probably never see nothing like this again in your lifetime.
King Jab, it's always distractions out there, and it's up to us to remain focused. Because if you look at the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, we haven't brought up the rats and roaches, right? We haven't talked about.
We did talk about Ratatouille. We did because I was like, yeah, we did.
When
we did.
We talked about Ratatouille.
Yeah, we did.
So check this out too, Jabbar. Guilty. We should also, because what I did hear in that meeting is they only want to take a small portion of that acreage for the dome. Man, let them build that stadium, man. Let's keep our property, man. Let's keep our property and explore other options. We should not have. Go ahead.
I think it's a business strategy. So you keep the stadium a public asset, and you don't have to pay taxes on it. Then you take the acreage and then you sell it and you make a large enough profit to pay the taxes. You get what I'm saying?
But you hear what you just said, right?
Yeah.
But nobody has did the research. Same thing for the Florida Marlins, and that project failed. That project is currently failing.
Wait. Say that the Hines, because it's Rays and Hines.
The same group did the same project for the Florida Marlins
who is failing. You don't even hear about the Florida Marlins no more.
You
You
don't.
don't even know if they're a baseball team anymore.
I thought there was hockey.
No.
Exactly. So we're banking all that to say, oh, the Rays are going to be successful. How are they going to be successful when their owner does not want to pay anyone? We boasting about $50 million for 20, 30 years, and the MLB has the money to pay one player $700 million over 10.
And we're getting $50 million
for all of us.
And for come on, stop that. $50 million for all of
man,
us.
it's just it's a straight, like when he said, "Oh, we're putting up $50 million in equity." I had left by then, but I probably would have said, "Man, keep that shit." I mean, but that's where I'm at with it. Like, we really need to look at bringing other industries to our community, and we really need to not let the Rays pimp us into this deal.
Mm-hmm.
We can't let them pimp us into this deal, because if they do pimp us into this deal, it does not matter who we elect as our city councilman. It does not matter who we elect and controlled by the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, because they refuse to change their name to St. Pete Rays. That's it, man. I'm out.
All right, man.
Dang.
Well, they did drop the devil.
They
did drop the devil.
Was the biggest joke? I mean, the biggest deception was the.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. Okay. So we done talked about this for like an hour and a half.
I got something else to talk about.
Go ahead.
Okay. Former President Trump. Nikki Haley lost by 12, 13 points, trailing Trump for the Republican nomination of president. A lot of people, Trump celebrating, they screaming
because it was in New Hampshire. It was New Hampshire. So you think now what Trump did do that has not been done since like 1998 or something like that, or ever. He won Ohio and New Hampshire back to back, which has never been. I think it may have been done one time. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. So that was another historic moment in Trump books that that's typically not done.
So I'm not gonna knock the feat of doing that. But
I just want to throw that out there because we're gonna give some praise to Nikki.
Yeah, because I just gonna say, I want to say the last time he won by like 20% or more. I can say more qualified field or more chunky field or whatever you want to call it. So in all actuality, Nikki Haley is on like a rise. She is a former governor of South Carolina,
right? And I think they go there next.
One of them.
I think they go there next.
And I got people from South Carolina, and they say that lady is a piece of work.
In a good way or bad way?
Bad.
Okay, so
they say she is a piece of work. So it looks like we gonna pick evil or demonic for.
Like dumb or dumber, or evil or evil. Like,
eviler. That's why I say demon or demonic.
Because it ain't eviler is not a word.
Yeah, you can't get eviler than that.
But I will tell you, Biden did something historic.
Yes, they did a write-in
because he didn't even put his name in the hat.
So I'm worried. Somebody, and we can't blame the president, who we know may have cognitive difficulties right now. So his staff is slipping. They didn't get his information in, and he had to write in.
No, it was a choice. It was a choice. Like he
chose not to. No,
that's what they said.
Spin.
Well, however, we're gonna go with the spin right now.
Okay.
And then, but everybody wrote his name in, and he won by a landslide.
That's what Trump gonna do. He gonna do it right in and slide in. But no. But I think that's a sign of a campaign in trouble. Because you already ain't really got a huge base of people that's running against you.
Right.
It's like one or two other people, three other people. I think Cornel West in that group or something. But,
yeah, I think so too.
And I think by not signing up for a contest or caucus, I mean that's a weakness. That's a weakness. I think that's a telltale sign of things to come. If I was over that campaign, I think we would have fired somebody this morning. Somebody would have lost position or been downsized or something. Absolutely not. On that ballot, and I know I ain't gonna do it physically, and you ain't do it, and now people gotta write my name in.
That's what I paid you for.
Come on, get out of here, man.
All right, so listen, Biden campaign, tighten up.
Tighten up, man.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Tighten up, because I mean, this is gonna be.
This is. I mean, this.
All this historic stuff is happening.
This is the biggest. I ain't gonna lie. This is monumental time in history. So if you're listening, if you can hear my voice, please participate. Right now, we potentially have the biggest impact that we possibly could have, probably throughout history right now, because it's that much of an important moment, not only here in the city, not only in the Tampa Bay area, but the United States. This is like a historical moment. Get involved, join, knock on some doors, make some phone calls, get involved, go to your neighborhood association meeting, right?
Go sign, get these people registered to vote.
Listen, make sure you register for mail-in ballots. You have to register for your mail-in ballot. And don't sleep on this.
And the benefit of a mail-in ballot is because this is going to be one of the biggest ballots that you probably have ever seen.
And you can vote from your kitchen table.
Right. And then you can sit down. You can take the time to make sure that you're educated on everything that's on that ballot. So Google is at most people's fingertips.
And you can really, on honest to God, you can really honestly step your game up right now, because a lot of people feel that, doing community work and being involved doesn't have an impact. People feel, because you can't automatically see the impact. But I'm telling you now, this is going to be one of the most impactful years of our life.
And so when you say it doesn't have an impact, let me paint this picture for you. If you ever have anybody, not just you, but anybody in your family that has been incarcerated, there's judges on there. They determine if they're going to send your children or your black men or your black women to jail. This is a direct effect to you. If you have children in school, the school board, the way that you feel like our kids are being taught, what they are getting in our school system, this is a direct effect to you. So it's not just the presidency. It's everything. So you got to get your vote in, because you hear people be like, oh, it don't matter. It does. Our kids are counting on us. Not only our kids, our grandparents are counting on us. You need to be counting on yourself as well.
I'm telling you, I'm counting on you.
So
your neighborhood, your community, everybody, we're counting on. We count on you. We count on you to get registered, get your mail-in ballot, take somebody with you to vote. We count on you to be involved. We count on you to make some of these meetings, because you don't have to do it all yourself. Because once we all accept responsibility, that means many hands make light work. So that means, boom, Kiana didn't have to come to the meeting last night. We had it packed out, right? We had overflow rooms. So you didn't even have to come. But maybe next Tuesday, someone who came last night can't make it, and you may need to show up.
And this is the thing, it's teamwork, right?
That's real now.
So listen, Jabbar's at the meeting, but then I'm also here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, making sure that y'all know y'all need to be at the meeting. You know what I mean? Everybody play their part.
That's real now.
Everybody play their part. We're here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday telling you what's going on, how to get involved, the do's and the don'ts, the rights and the wrongs, the praises and the boos. Like, we're here doing all of that.
Yeah, we getting it in. I want to say big shots out to Brother John, Councilmember Muhammad. Doing an amazing job, keeping us up to date, keeping everything popping and locking and dropping. I want to say that yesterday's meeting was simulcast on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, so you can go to our page and you can watch the meeting from your lunch break today or during the day, and you can be more enlightened on the things that are happening around this stuff, so that you don't just got to take my word, you ain't just got to take somebody's word. You can formulate your own opinion and reach out to your council member, reach out to the mayor, write an email today, tomorrow. So you go, it's called How Does Engagement Look? that is the community benefits meeting. And we actually did we did numbers yesterday. So I swear it was more people watching that.
So Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is your go-to. Listen, we are is your go-to. We're gonna we're gonna do our best to keep you informed on everything that's as much as we can that's going on in this city.
Yep. And
and if you have a question,
it like that too, as much as we can.
As much as we can. And if we missing something and you think it's important, slide in our inboxes. If most people got iPhone numbers, text us. Inbox us, do all of that stuff so that we make sure, because one thing we want to do is make sure people are involved and informed.
Listen, one of the best things you can do in life, right, is get involved in your community, get involved doing some community work on your off time. Mm-hmm. It's so rewarding. Minus the BS, right?
But BS comes. That's
minus. That's why I say minus it.
Yeah.
But think about getting civically engaged. Mm-hmm. Think about, because everybody have it on their mind. And when I get this promotion, I'm gonna start volunteering at my church. Yeah. When I finish painting my house, I go out there and help. And I'm gonna
tell you, there's never a perfect time, and if you keep on waiting on the perfect time, it'll never come. Yep. It might not ever come. So if it's on your mind, that means get it done. Don't push it off for another day for something that you could have done today.
That's a message to me. You just sent me a message.
I don't know who needed it. I don't know who needed to hear this.
She just see. Don't think we talking at y'all. No. Because she just said something to me that impacted me. There's something that I can do today that I shouldn't put off. And you right. And I'm gonna do it when I leave this place. Ask Kiana.
Okay, run it.
Dear Kiana.
Uh-huh.
I'm navigating a situation where I envision my partner taking on more leadership role. Mm-hmm. But he's content with being a stay-at-home dad. How can I effectively communicate my desire for a shift in roles without diminishing the value that he brings to our family as a caregiver? I want to ensure we find a balance that works for both of us. Like that reading, I could have really did Shakespeare. I might do Shakespeare, y'all. We might do Shakespeare in the hood at Lakewood Estates Apartments or something. Okay, Kiana, what you think? How can snacky, shucky, ducky, quack, quack.
On one hand, sometimes.
How can she get her husband involved in a more leadership role at home? I guess home or abroad. Mm-hmm. She want him to be the man, and he want to be a caregiver. That's delicate.
That is, and I mean, I really have to sit and think about this because.
What?
No, I do, because that may be his role, unfortunately.
I was thinking that. I swear. I swear I was just thinking that. I was like, maybe leading from behind, baby. You gotta check and see where he's at.
So again, I'm not saying he's not the leader, but sometimes I just said a good leader knows their strength. You know what I mean?
The man might make a killer tuna pasta.
Right. It's always gonna start out with communication.
I hear that.
Right? And sit down and talk about the communication part and what you want in this relationship and what does that look like for you and him and the both of y'all, and to see how it fits for your family. For you to go, and I don't know how long y'all been playing this role, right?
Now you want to change the man position,
and then you want to change it. Now the question is, was this a conversation prior that I'm gonna do this? Because some people like, I'm gonna stay at home, do the kids while you get your degree and get the business, and then you let me focus on me. You know how like the roles kind of change.
Yeah.
So I need to know what type of, you left some stuff out. Like, I need to know what type of leadership that you want, because
leadership at home. We gonna fill that gap. Listen, this lady talking about she want her man to be a man. Listen.
Right, but that means she want him to, it sounds like she want him to go out and be the breadwinner.
No, I'm envisioning my partner taking on more of a leadership role, because he currently is staying at home.
Right.
How can I effectively communicate my desire? This is a desire. Listen to the word. Mm-hmm. I desire for you to be a leader. in this relationship.
So
How?
that's not just at home because
he's a caregiver.
He's a caregiver. So she said she want him to be the leader. So her desire is for him to leave the house and to get out in the. That's what I'm hearing.
I hear that.
He'll
stay at home dad.
Yeah, she want her desire is for him to get out on the street and bring that bacon.
Get in the road. Get in between the yellow lines, my man. Get in between the yellow lines.
I mean, honestly, you did, and it sounds like not only that, it's probably financially difficult.
Yeah, because she's doing it.
And it sounds like she want him to work, and then on top of that,
I hear that too.
That's what I hear.
I hear that.
And then your sister said the same thing. I didn't even hear that. Yeah, but that's what I hear.
I hear.
And I mean, honestly, at this point, hey, look, I know you take care of the kids. Oh, nobody can live at this point in St. Pete, and I'm assuming this person in St. Pete
with one income.
With one income, sir. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I seen the AMI of St. Pete. It's depressing.
And so he need. Hey, listen, if you don't want to leave the house, let's look at some work at home jobs. So that some income can come in here. You need to really sit down and tell what your desires are. No, you really do. And what your priorities is and what your goals are in the future. Hey, I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to save. I want to do this. I want to do that. Yeah. And we together can't do this with this is lacking. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's
family planning.
And so you got to look at the climate, sir, that's going on. You know how sometimes you have
catch on.
You do. You got to look at the climate, and at one point in time you could have. But I think that everybody should bring something. And then it doesn't in this letter, because if you was a stay at home and everything was getting done, I bet you it'd be less complaints.
So you saying the man ain't getting it done? He ain't getting the stay at home work done right?
No, he's not.
He was like my kind of stay at home dad. The dishes still don't be done.
Right.
It's trash still.
So the house.
You been here all day and you ain't took the trash out. Dang, my bad.
I mean, be creative. There has to be, and what I'm
hearing to take the trash out.
And no, not even that. There has to be another string of income that's coming into this house.
Oh, and I'm going to unite with that. I think I used to stay at home. It didn't work out for me either. So only got to find.
And usually, I'm going to tell you, and not all, because we don't subscribe to all, men who don't bring nothing to the table don't find the value in themselves. And
wait, hold on, what?
Men who stay at home and do not bring nothing to the table don't see the value in themselves.
So I'm going to flip the pancake. So if a woman's staying at home and just doing the dishes, ain't she still bringing something to the table? It's still a contribution.
No.
So let's not. All I want to do.
I said what men feel.
What you feel. Okay, you feel it.
I said what you feel.
Yeah.
How you feel inside.
As a man.
Right.
Yes, because you do supposed to be contributing. Because I look at it like this. Mm-hmm. How society is set up, sometimes it's difficult for a man to be that traditional provider, right? Or to be the traditional leader, because there are odds and there are systems set up against certain men, right?
It is,
but being that. You get what I mean? It's a multi-billion, multi-generational effort to keep certain men from being exactly that.
Okay,
leader.
So let me say this. There is systems, but there's so many. Creativity is what Black people are made of.
What you saying? Get a pat?
No, what I'm saying is I done seen a man wash a car with a bicycle and a hose.
I have to. I hear you now. I hear you. You don't got to get the pack. Don't get the pack.
No, I'm not
There's
saying
other stuff you can do. Okay.
Maybe that you could do.
Yeah,
the kids go to school and you go get your lawnmower. The kids go to school. If you got a truck, you go haul stuff out.
That's
you
drive though. So you got the drive.
But when if you want a leader in the household, the leader has to have the drive to want to take care of his family.
Can she encourage him in a way?
Yes.
Okay. Because everybody needs encouragement. And with the proper encouragement, you will have a man get out there with a bicycle and wash a car with a water hose.
So I'm finna tell you, I think it I personally find it very attractive when a
Go
man,
get
who, regardless of what you do,
Mhm.
like even if
hear
you
that.
were, so if you are down on your luck and you can't get the job that you feel like you deserve, you get the job that you can,
Yeah,
so that you
I
can
hear
get
that.
where you need to go. Because something is better than zero.
See, but okay. But now let me say this, because I hear that. But sometimes people feel that if I'm in, it's just as well as not bringing nothing in.
No,
That's what some people feel.
and I'm finna tell you, zero. If you bring $5 in or zero, I want the 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, show me you moving your feet.
Do
show
something.
Me
You
moving your
gotta.
feet.
You know what I mean?
Take the trash out. Make the house smell good.
I'm
Even
gonna
if
tell
you
you,
just spray something.
And so listen, to Kiana, can't speak for everybody else. I find it very attractive for a man to do what he has to do to take care of his family. And that means if today you got to work at McDonald's, even though you was in the corporate office and you got laid off, but you went in there and did that because you knew your family needed it, do it.
No, that's right though. Listen, I unite with that. You know, we gotta contribute. And that goes around the board.
Mm-hmm.
You know, men, women, sons, daughters, y'all have to contribute. I always say this to my kids, you know, whether you staying at home or working, bring something to the table, bring some value into your position, whatever that position may be.
That is true. And so if you stand at home, sir, and she wants you to lead more, all the homework need to be done. Kids need to be do it to the best of the ability, so there is no complaints. The house is always clean. Dinner's already made when she get up there.
I think she would have wrote the letter if that was the case.
Right. I think it, but there's something lacking.
Yeah.
And I mean, because, you know, if you just sitting on the couch sucking up air and I'm paying all the bills, we got a problem. But okay, we got to get on out of here. We got 1 minute. Final thoughts?
Final thoughts, man. Big shouts out to everybody who came out to the CBAC meeting this Tuesday. Next Tuesday, we're going to do it again. Come out to City Hall. Big shouts out to Miss Peanut. The second annual Brave Art Show gonna turn up real soon in the city, so y'all keep a lookout for it.
All right, be the change you want to be or see. Stay tuned to Sister Hughes. Lose your shoes.
Shop all around the room.
Right, and write down those 5 things, and look out for the Collard Green Festival, February 17th. And we out. This has been Kiana,
and I am the one and only Mr. Edmond,
and this has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club.
But he was prevented from taking office by unelected senators. This was one of 2 cases levied against him and his grouping. Here's Jonathan Head.
The drama of last year's election in Thailand has subsided.
WUJM,
the messy coalition
St.
of largely
Petersburg.
conservative parties has now been in office for 6 months.
Gems.
But the fate of the